Union Ministers of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Government of India, Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurated AI and Feature Center of Excellence at Nagaland Tool Room and Training Center, Dimapur. Shocking case of newborn trafficking came to light in Silchar on November 14, Children's Day. Fire broke out in a house in Muzaffarpur, Bihar, killing 5 family members and seriously burning 5 others. Jammu and Kashmir Police Chief said the massive explosion at Nomgam police station, which killed 9 and injured 32, was accidental and not sabotage. Hello and welcome to Nltv English Primetime. This is Chanchan Kasar and now the news in detail. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurated an AI-enhanced tool room in Dimapur to boost skill development and industrial training in Nagaland. During her visit to Kifri, she reviewed progress in health, nutrition, agriculture and women-focused programs under the Aspirational District Initiative. Sitharaman highlighted faster credit delivery, effective two-wheeler ambulance for tough terrains, and improved banking access with unbanked location dropping from 1,153 to just 15. On 14 November, Nagaland Chief Minister Dr. Nltv and his wife hosted a state dinner in Kohima for Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The Chief Secretary welcomed her, highlighting her interest in Nagaland and her visit to Kifri, the state's remotest district. Her previous visit in 2022 had promoted CSR initiative, financial inclusion and entrepreneurship. Since then, the number of unbanked blocks in Nagaland has decreased from 27 to 18. Chief Minister thanked her for support under the Chief Assistance to States for Capital Investment and requested longer timelines for certain projects. The dinner featured cultural performances, folk dance and children's choir and Hindi songs. Head of departments attended the event. The Mopong Chiket Senso Mongdang has announced that the village gate will remain closed on Saturday, November 15 in accordance with customary practices following an emergency within the community. During this closure, no outsiders including tourists, visitors and passers-by will be allowed to enter the village, and the Senso Mongdang has urged the public to take note of the temporary restrictions and cooperate with the community's decision. It also expressed regret for any inconvenience caused by the measure. Union Ministers of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Government of India, Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurated AI and Future Center of Excellence at Nagaland Tool Room and Training Center, Dimapur. An MOU was also exchanged between SIDBI and Business Association of Nagas, Women Entrepreneurs Network Nagaland, Nagaland Hotels and Restaurant Associations. We have a report on this to reporter Niboli. Let's have a look.
CSR not finding any activity worthy of being supported in Nagaland, and that has also been the voice of the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland to me a few years ago, several years ago, must be around 2020 or even 19. And since after that, we planned the CSR conclave that was in 2022. We made sure quite a few companies who had no manufacturing or servicing center in Nagaland and otherwise who had no reason to have their CSR spent here in Nagaland, but we convinced them that they should also partake in this, and that conclave was held here in Nagaland with so many participants who came here to support several activities. Since after that, steady flow of CSR is coming into Nagaland, and also purpose-driven CSR support are also being tailor-made. in the purpose-driven, tailor-made CSRs which are coming into Nagaland, I bring the two institutes, one of Kohima and the other one here in Dimapur. In Kohima, a central government-run institution called the Nltv, which gives training in electronics-related activities. And here in Kohima, the state-run unit, which is the Nltv, have each got their own CSR support for training Naga youth in advanced production techniques or in coding or adapting local like handloom like skills that you have to become a lot more AI driven. There the Tatas have come in to also train youth for activities which lead to semiconductor manufacturing technology. So the Kohima Center, Tatas have come in with their CSR and with their experts who come in as master trainers, whereas here, only a few weeks ago, I requested Sri Baby R. Mohan Reddy to come and do something here which is doing all over the south. His last attempt, which is all running, the last one in addition to the others which he's running, is in Visakhapatnam. So, in passing for something else when he came to meet me, I requested him, I am likely to go to Nagaland. I would like to have this kind of a skilling youth, which you're providing in Visakhapatnam, in Bengaluru, in Hyderabad and so on. Why doesn't your foundation want to do it in Nagaland? He said, why won't I want to do it? I'd certainly come and readily accept it. So I am indeed very grateful to Sri B.V.R. Mohan Reddy. His offices, his foundation, he lives, everything is in Hyderabad. From there it's easy to do it in Bengaluru or to Visakhapatnam, which is another Telugu speaking region. But for them to have to come all the way to Nagaland is sheer commitment to skilling youth in India, sheer commitment to making sure that all youth in India, irrespective of where they live, CSR not finding any activity.
The Nagaland Home Department has officially declared the National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Kaplang, NSCNK and all its faction wings and front organization as an unlawful association under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. This decision follows a notification by the Ministry of Home Affairs dated September 22 and is aligned with the ruling of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal on October 29. Under Section 3.1 of the UAPA, the government now has the authority to ban groups involved in unlawful activities, and the NSCNK along with its associate bodies have been officially prohibited in Nagaland. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched the Samarth initiative at Nltv, Kohima on November 14. She visited students and startup exhibitions, India AI Lab and Cyber Forensic Lab, emphasizing AI skills and modern financial literacy, especially for women. Sitharaman highlighted schemes like PM Vitsalva urged youth to stay positive and avoid drugs and praised Northeast readiness for emerging industries, including semiconductors. She noted progress in BharatNet 5G, multimodal transport and economic growth in coal, cement, renewable energy and green hydrogen. Scholarships in AI training kits were also introduced with an MOU signed between TSAT and Nltv. The initiative aims to equip students with tech skills, financial awareness and youth engagement.
I think capacities have been so ramped up that we've bridged the fundamental requirements, now we're building on the additional ones. But digital capabilities are now, I think, very speedily catching up in the Northeast. That also gives you the advantage when you're looking at connecting to the world through the digital marketing space that is available. So Northeast has been kept top of the priority, and that will continue so that you serve the purpose of Act East, being the gateway to Southeast Asia and so on. So that's on. First of all, let me thank you for taking this approach of how can we be part of it.
That's a very big start and a positive start. That's what I look forward to hearing from students. Please, Siva. We want to be part of this. We want to participate in this. We want to contribute to this. What is this? This is the aspiration of all youth of India. They want to see a better India. They want to see a developed India. They want to see an India in which they have participated in building. That's a very constructive approach, and I appreciate the youth of India, as I want to treat him as a representative, for being very positive. And I'm sorry to have to bring in one element which you probably didn't have in the remotest corner of your mind. I say it with a purpose. I say it with a purpose that today's youth are the ones who have to guide the country, the policymakers, as much as guide your own friends and relatives who are of your age, belonging to the same age group. Because in some parts of the country, I see, not all, but some students being very misguided. They get into drugs, they get into bad company, and as a result, the wonderful opportunity that is before you, in terms of skilling yourself, in terms of contributing positively to the society, in terms of being a vital force in nation building. And that is the role which is very important and which I see here. And therefore it will be very important for you all to be as a large team, work together, support each other, be sure that you're giving confidence to one another rather than pulling down one and making, some people become bullies. And that also can impact the psychology of other students. We do not want any of that. We want one to be of help to the other and build capacities among ourselves. That way, the larger spirit, the larger ecosystem becomes positive. You see the opportunities before you. You help one another to access opportunities, and therefore, this generation will lay a very strong foundation for India that by 2047, when you'll be in your, let us say, 30s, you will have an India which you'll be proud of. We have an inheritance which we can be proud of. But we have it today, which should be laying the foundation for our future generations to be proud of us. And that's where
Security forces destroyed over 200 acres of poppy plantations in Ukhrul in Kangpokpi district between 12 to 14 November. In Ukhrul, 113 acres were cleared on 14 November at Multi-Hill Range and 10 farms huts were demolished. On 13 November, 35 acres of Mulam Hill Range were destroyed along with 3 huts. In Kangpokpi, 56 acres were cleared on 12 November, destroying 19 huts, fertilizer bags and salt sack. Separately, the drug traffickers from Assam, Raju Ali and Ainul Haq were arrested at Maram Checkpost, Senapati district with 18.2 kg of opium and vehicles. Officials at these sections aim to curb drug trafficking and protect local communities. Manipur police clarified that a viral video showing armed militants allegedly entering the state from Myanmar is false. Authorities warn that sharing such videos can cause unnecessary panic and may attract legal action. Security forces across the state, including border areas, are on high alert. Search operations and area domination continues in vulnerable regions, and movement of 267 vehicles carrying essential items along NH-37 is being secured with strict safety measures, and 114 checkpoints have been set up across hills and valleys. No detentions have been reported, and police urge citizens to rely on verified information and avoid spreading unverified content that could disturb public order. Two men from Assam arrested in Manipur Senapati district. Authorities seized 18.2 kg of opium from their truck at Maram checkpost. Recovery made in presence of magistrate and witness. Case registered. Police maintain zero tolerance on drug trafficking, continuing strict safety measures. Ethnic violence since May 2023 killed 260 plus people, displacing thousands. President's rule continues after CM resignations. Assembly remains suspended. Arunachal Pradesh has set up a high-powered committee to review the draft rules under the Arunachal Pradesh Freedom of Religion Act 1978, replacing the previous August 14, 2025 order. The HPC, led by retired Justice Bhojendra Prasad Khatki, including government officials, ministries, and representatives from religious and indigenous groups, its job is to examine the draft rules per High Court directions, suggest changes, consult experts, and submit recommendations to ensure the rules are constitutionally and fair to all communities. The State Election Commission of Arunachal Pradesh has announced that elections for the Panchayat Raj institutions and municipal bodies in Itanagar and Pasighat will be held in single phase on December 15, 2025. The notification and public notice by the returning officers will be issued on November 17, and the last date to file nomination is November 24. Scrutiny of nominations will take place on November 26, with the last date for withdrawal of nominations on November 29. Counting of votes is scheduled for December 20, and the entire election process is expected to be completed by December 23, 2025. This year, Meghalaya's Cherry Blossom Festival isn't just about flower and music. The Riboy police are using humor on social media to warn visitors against drunk driving. Their witty posts and clever replies to netizens grab the attention of young festive goers while spreading safety message. The police use funny examples, cheeky GIF, and playful response to keep people engaged, reminding everyone not to drive under the influence. Their creative approach shows that law enforcement can be both fun and effective. District Institution of Education and Training, Golaghat, has launched a project to transform Dikshiri village in Bokakat into a model and self-reliant village. The initiative, started on Parents' Day, aims to improve weaving tools to women, create livelihood programs for youth, and improve cleanliness and community participation. Village have welcomed the project and begun efforts to create clean and beauty village. On Parents' Day, local government employees celebrated by honoring their parents at the village Namgar with traditional rituals and song. Therefore, institute officials appreciated the gesture.
এই ক্ষেত্ৰত পোনপ্ৰথমে মই ডাইটৰ সকলো কৰ্মচাৰীকে অশেষ ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন কৰিছোঁ। তেখেতসকলৰ এই অকণমান অনুপ্ৰেৰণাৰ কাৰণে আজি মই এই মোৰ নিজৰ গাঁওখন স্বচ্ছ আৰু আত্মনিৰ্ভৰশীল গাঁৱলৈ পৰিণত কৰিবলৈ পাই অশেষ ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন কৰিছোঁ তেখেতসকলক আজি আপোনালোকৰ মাধ্যমতে। আৰু যি পিতৃ মাতৃ বন্দনা 2022 বৰ্ষতে যি চৰকাৰে এই অনুষ্ঠানটো আৰম্ভ কৰিলে, যিটো সময়ত অসমৰ বিভিন্ন চুকে কোণে বৃদ্ধাশ্ৰমৰ সংখ্যা বাঢ়ি গৈছে, সেই উদ্দেশ্য বোধকৰো হাৰুগত কৰি এই পিতৃ মাতৃ বন্দনা কৰিছিলে। আৰু আমাৰ গাঁৱতো যাতে এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ পিতৃ মাতৃক সকলক কোনো সন্তানে যাতে বৃদ্ধাশ্ৰমত নাৰাখে, তাৰ আমি নৱপ্ৰজন্মক এই এটা শিক্ষা দিবলৈ, বাৰ্তা দিবলৈ আমি চেষ্টা কৰিছোঁ। আৰু পিতৃ মাতৃৰ বন্দনাই যেনেকৈ ধৰণে আমাৰ মাতৃ পিতৃৰ দায়িত্ব আছে, এই সকলোখিনি আমাৰ গাঁওবাসীয়ে আজি এই অনুষ্ঠানৰ যোগেদি পাব বুলি আমি আশা কৰিছোঁ। আৰু ডাইটে যি আমাক স্বচ্ছতা আৰু নিকাৰ কৰাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত আমাক সহায় সহযোগ কৰিছে, এইখিনি আমি তেখেতসকলক অশেষ ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন কৰিছোঁ। আত্মনিৰ্ভৰশীল কোৱাৰ আৰু এটা কাৰণ আছে এই গাঁওখনত। এতিয়ালৈকে এই যি নামঘৰ ভাগি হ'ল, ৰাইজৰ প্ৰত্যেক ঘৰৰ পৰা 1000কৈ টকা আৰু চাকৰিয়ালসকলৰ পৰা 5000, 10000কৈ টকা দি এই নামঘৰ ভাগি এইটো পৰ্যায়ত পোৱাগৈ গাঁওখনৰ কোনো ধৰণৰ চৰকাৰী ফাণ্ড নোপোৱাকৈ আমি ইমানখিনিলৈকে কৰিছোঁ, যাৰ কাৰণে আমি আত্মনিৰ্ভৰশীল হিচাপে নিজকে প্ৰতিষ্ঠিত কৰিবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰিছোঁ। আৰু গাঁওখন ইমূৰৰ পৰা সিমূৰলৈ আপোনালোকে চালে গম পাব, আমি যিটো স্বচ্ছতা আৰু ডাষ্টবিনৰ ব্যৱস্থা, এই সকলোখিনি আমি ৰাইজৰ সহযোগত কৰিছোঁ। আৰু এইখিনি যাতে আমি বজাই ৰাখিম বুলি আপোনালোকৰ মাধ্যমতে আজি আমি কথা দিছোঁ। আৰু সুদূৰ ভৱিষ্যতে যাতে এখন আদৰ্শ গাঁও হয়, তাকে আমি আশা ৰাখিছোঁ। এই ক্ষেত্ৰত পোনপ্ৰথমে মই ডাইটৰ
A shocking case of newborn trafficking came to light in Silchar on Children's Day. A woman from Shribhumi gave birth at Silchar Medical College. After delivery, she and her baby were taken to rented house in Madhurbond. Later, without her knowledge, the father and stepmother secretly sold the newborn for 40,000 to a family at Akratipur with the help of a broker. The mother filed an FIR at Silchar Sadar police station after learning about the sale. Police acted quickly, rescued the baby and arrested the broker identified as Amar Hussain from Madhurbond. The father and stepmother are still absconding, and the incident has shocked the local community and triggered widespread outrage in Silchar. Authorities are investigating further to ensure justice. A young man died in a road accident at Purani Gudam, Nagaon late Friday night. A speeding Maruti Suzuki Ertiga hit his scooter from behind on National Highway 127, causing him to fall and die instantly. The victim, Hima Kantar from Purana Gudim Mudhani, was declared dead by doctors despite immediate medical help arranged by the local MLA Jitu Goswami. Locals were angry as no emergency doctors were available at the nearby dispensary. The Ertiga driver fled and investigations are ongoing.
সংঘটিত দুৰ্ঘটনা বুলি ক'লে নিশ্চয় কাৰোবাৰ এজনৰ দুখ থাকিব লাগিব। এটা দুখৰ ফলতো দুৰ্ঘটনা হয়, নহ'লেতো এনে নহয়। সঠিক দুৰ্ঘটনা আমি কাক বুলি ক'ম? অকস্মাত গাড়ীখনে পামচাৰ হৈছে, ব্ৰেক ফেইল হৈছে, ষ্টাৰিং ফেইল হৈছে, গছ এজোপা আগত পৰিছে, সেইটো আমি ক'ব পাৰিম যে সেইটো ৰিয়েল দুৰ্ঘটনা। কিন্তু অত্যাধিক স্পীডো থাকে গাড়ীবিলাকৰ, আৰু এইটো 4 লেন ৰাস্তা, স্পীড থাকিবই। তথাপিও তেওঁলোকৰ এটা সচেতন এটা প্ৰয়োজন। তুমি যিমানে জোৰত নাহা, তোমালোকৰ গাড়ীখন এটা ফেমিলি থাকে, পৰিয়াল থাকে, আৰু যোন দুৰ্ঘটনাত সংঘটিত হৈ গ'ল তেওঁ এখন জীৱনৰ কাৰণে সংসাৰ এখন শেষ হৈ গ'ল। গতিকে অকণমান অত্যাধিক স্পীডটো ৰখিব লাগে, কমাব লাগে। আৰু যিজন ইয়াত খুন্দিয়ালে বা যাৰ আগত পৰিল তেওঁলোক বা কি অৱস্থাত আছিল সেইটো আমি ক'ব নোৱাৰো। সংঘটিত দুৰ্ঘটনা বুলি ক'লে নিশ্চয় কাৰোবাৰ এজনৰ দুখ থাকিব লাগিব। এটা দুখৰ ফলতো দুৰ্ঘটনা হয়, নহ'লেতো এনে নহয়। সঠিক দুৰ্ঘটনা আমি কাক বুলি ক'ম? অকস্মাত গাড়ীখনে পামচাৰ হৈছে, ব্ৰেক ফেইল হৈছে, ষ্টাৰিং ফেইল হৈছে, গছ এজোপা আগত পৰিছে, সেইটো আমি ক'ব পাৰিম যে সেইটো ৰিয়েল দুৰ্ঘটনা। কিন্তু অত্যাধিক স্পীডো থাকে গাড়ীবিলাকৰ, আৰু এইটো 4
India's all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja made history on day 2 of the first test against South Africa at Eden Garden. He became only the 4th player even to score 4,000 test run and take 300-plus wicket. The 36-year-old reached the 4,000 run mark on Saturday morning and already has 338 test wickets. Jadeja now joins a rare group that includes Kapil Dev, Ian Botham and Daniel Vetter. Scientists from the Zoological Survey of India have found new slender gecko species at Andhra Pradesh. The gecko, part of the genus, has discovered in the Tirumala Hills of Biosphere Reserve. It has been named as Vikandiri after the sacred Vikatadri Hills. The discovery was published in the journal Herpetozoa and involves team from ZSI Hyderabad, ZSI Kolkata and Fakir Muhammad University, Odisha. Prime Minister Modi is visiting Gujarat today, Saturday, to check progress on the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train project. He will visit under construction Surat station, part of the 508-kilometer high-speed rail corridor connecting major cities in Gujarat and Maharashtra. About 85% of the road is on viaducts, with 226 kilometers completed and 17 of 25 river bridge built. Once ready, the train will cut Mumbai-Ahmedabad travel time to 2 hours, boosting business, tourism and regional development. The Surat station, inspired by the city's diamond industry, will offer comfort and easy connections with local transport. Sakshi, who is 22 years old, has been elected as the Pradhan of Q village in Pori, Uttarakhand. After completing her B.Tech in Dehradun, she returned to her village to serve the community. She aims to improve education, healthcare and clean water access using her skills and city experience to help the villagers.
पहले हमारा मुद्दा यही था कि जो हम कृषि की ओर अपना ध्यान, गांव वालों का ध्यान और अपने क्षेत्र का ध्यान कृषि की ओर झुकाएंगे, तो उसमें जो सबसे बड़ी समस्या हमारे बीच आती है वो आती है जानवरों की, बंदर की, सुअर की। और उसमें मैं चाहती हूँ कि हमारे गांव में घेर बाड़ हो, ताकि जो गांव वाले हैं वो कृषि की ओर इसलिए ध्यान नहीं दे रहे क्योंकि वो चाहते हैं अगर हम कुछ करें तो उसमें उनको रुकावटें होती हैं, जानवर खराब कर देता है खेती को, इसलिए वो कर नहीं पाते। तो अगर हम पहले घेर बाड़ कर दें तो वो उसमें काम करेंगे, आगे काम करेंगे। और पानी के लिए भी मैंने उनको बोला है कि सोलर पंपिंग की जाए ताकि गांव में पानी आए, क्योंकि सिर्फ पीने तक का पानी हमारे गांव में पहुंचता है, तो कृषि में सिंचाई का पानी हमारे गांव तक पहुंचे, इसलिए मैंने उनको उस बारे में कहा है। जैसे हम काम अपना शुरू करेंगे, उत्पादन करेंगे गांव में, तो उसमें जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स होंगी मिट्टी को लेकर, इन्वायरमेंट को लेकर, और जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स खराब होते हैं, जैसे हम कुछ उगाते हैं उनमें जो खराब होते हैं, तो उसमें मैं पूरी हेल्प करूंगी। तो सबसे
Lovey Fair, held every year in mid-November in Rampur, is losing the crowd it once drew. On November 15, drums and trumpets announced the start of the fair, and vendors displayed locally handicrafted capes, traditional attire, and Kanuri textiles. But attendance has dropped significantly in recent years. Once a bustling marketplace for farmers, artisans, and traders selling dry fruit and handicraft, the fair has been affected by technology and changing shopping habitat. Locals fear that if the trend continues, the Lovey Fair may soon survive only as a ceremonial event rather than a vibrant market.
दिन प्रतिदिन जो मेले का जो स्तर है, क्राउड है, जो लोगों का रश है, दिन प्रतिदिन कम होते जा रहा है। मेले में ऐसा हो रहा है कि पहले तो लोग पूरा साल का यहाँ आते थे, अपना खरीदते थे, पूरा मतलब आसपास के इलाके के सब लोग, चाहे वो शहर के रहने वालों, मतलब दिल्ली, अम्बाला, चंडीगढ़ से भी यहाँ आके किनौरी आइटम वगैरह सब खरीदते थे। परंतु अभी कुछ सालों से, पिछले मतलब 7-8 सालों से देखें, दिन प्रतिदिन ये कम होते जा रहे हैं, लोग अब कम आ रहे हैं। और ऊपर से ये है कि आज की डेट में जो ये ई कॉमर्स है, जो ऑनलाइन बिजनेस है, ऑनलाइन बिजनेस की वजह से आज की डेट में लोग नहीं आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे। जो दिल्ली बैठा है, चंडीगढ़ बैठा है, अम्बाला, हरियाणा से जो लोग आते थे, वो अब क्या करें कि
सामान जब भी बनाते हैं, हमारे पर नजदीकी एरिया में हमारा सारा कुछ बिकता है, लेकिन जो दूर दराज के एरिया से हम सरकार से उम्मीद चाहते हैं कि जो हमारा जो ऑनलाइन का सिस्टम है, अमेज़न जो भी है, उनके साथ जो लिंक करे ताकि हमारा उनके साथ।
An elderly man was arrested for allegedly raping an 8-year-old girl in his house. On Thursday, in a locality in Nagicha area, a woman had filed a complaint where she alleged that Shahid, who is 67 years old, left her daughter, who studied in upper kindergarten, with a trophy, took her to his house and raped her. According to the complainant, Shahid gave the girl rupees 10 daily to gain her trust. Therefore, a case has been registered and police are investigating the case. Allahabadi's govas in Prayagraj are now ready for harvest. The popular varieties include Safida and the Red Surkha. Farmers with help from the Horticultural Training Center in Khushrobagh are taking special care to protect the fruit from pests, birds and weather damage. Timely rains and good weather have raised hope for a healthy crop this winter. Fruit fly traps and careful harvesting ensure that govas remain fresh and shiny. The harvest will begin in December-January and these famous govas will be enjoyed across India and beyond.
अमरूद प्रयागराज का बहुत ही विश्व फेमस प्रसिद्ध अमरूद है। इसको जीआई भी मिला हुआ है यहाँ का, प्रयागराज के अमरूद का। इसकी गुणवत्ता तो बहुत ही अच्छी होती, खुशबू भी अच्छी होती है। इस साल अमरूदों के अच्छे उत्पादन की संभावना ऐसी है कि उत्पादन अच्छा मिलेगा और निश्चित समय पर मिलेगा, यानी दिसंबर और जनवरी में हमको बहुत ही उच्च कोटि का अमरूद खाने को। ये हमारे यहाँ का जो सबसे प्रसिद्ध अमरूद है इलाहाबाद सफेदा और एप्पल कलर, जिसको सुरखा के नाम से लोग जानते हैं। ये दो प्रजातियां बहुत ही ज्यादा प्रसिद्ध हैं, इनको काफी मात्रा में लोगों ने पसंद किया हुआ है और क्षेत्र भी इनका काफी अच्छा क्षेत्रफल भी है। इस वर्ष देखा गया है कि गर्मी ज्यादा होने के कारण जो बारिश की फसल थी वो कम हुई है। जब गर्मी ज्यादा होती है तो वो बरसात की फसल फिर नहीं आती है, फूल गर्मी में ही गिर जाते हैं। इसके कारण बरसात की फसल जब रुक जाती है तो सर्दी की फसल जो होती है वो बहुत ही अच्छी आती है। अच्छी बारिश हुई है जिसका परिणाम मिलेगा कि हमको सर्दी में अमरूद खाने को। अमरूद प्रयागराज का बहुत ही विश्व फेमस प्रसिद्ध अमरूद है। इसको जीआई भी मिला हुआ है यहाँ का, प्रयागराज के अमरूद का।
The Wrestling Federation of India has lifted the suspensions of Olympic bronze medalist Aman Shirawat and junior wrestler Neha Shangwan. Both were banned earlier this year for being overweight in international competitions. The decision allows them to take part in the upcoming Pro Wrestling League auction. WFI accepted their apologies, noting it was a first-time lapse, and recognizing their strong international records. The federation warned that any repeat offense related to weight or discipline will lead to strict action. We will now take a short break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. Let's get back with the news. The Karnataka Pradesh Youth Congress held a protest in Bengaluru on Saturday, alleging large-scale vote theft in elections across several states. They demanded accountability from the Election Commission and the centre. Led by senior Congress leader, the protesters marched to Freedom Mark and planned to submit a memorandum to the Election Commission, calling for an inquiry and more transparent election. The protest follows Congress' claim of unfair polling in Bihar, Haryana, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. Rahul Gandhi said the party will review the result and work to protect democracy. A fire broke out in the house of Muzaffarpur, Bihar, killing 5 family members and seriously burning 5 others, officials said on Saturday. The deceased include Lalan Shah, his mother, wife, and 2 children. The injured have been admitted to a nearby government hospital, and Deputy Superintendent of Police Suchitra Kumari said the fire happened in Ward number 13 at Shah's house. Locals tried to help but could not do little, and they were immediately informed the fire departments and police. The investigation is still ongoing.
नंबर 13 में गीना शाह के यहाँ जो है वो 3rd फ्लोर पे आग लग गया है, जिससे कि 5 लोगों की मृत्यु होने की पुष्टि हुई है। 4 लोगों को आइडेंटिफाई किया गया, 5वां भी आइडेंटिफाई किया जा रहा है। 5 लोग घायल हैं, जिसमें से 4 SKMCH गए हैं और एक जो घायल है अर्जुन कुमार।
Jammu and Kashmir Police Chief Nalin Prabhat said the massive explosion at Nomgam police station, which killed 9 and injured 32, was accidental and not sabotage. The blast occurred while explosives recovered in a terror case were being handled carefully for forensic tests. Those killed include police and FSL personnel, crime photographer, revenue officers, and a tailor. The injured were taken to nearby hospitals, and the police station and nearby buildings were badly damaged. Investigation into the incident and its exact cause are ongoing.
During the investigation in FIR number 162 of the year 2025 of PS Naugam, a huge quantity of explosive substances, chemicals and reagents were also recovered from Faridabad on 9th and 10th of November 25. This recovery, like the rest of the recoveries which we have done, was transported and kept securely in the open area of police station Naugam. As part of the prescribed procedure, the samples of the recovery had to be forwarded for further forensic and chemical examination. On account of the voluminous nature of the recovery, this process was going on for the past 2 days, which means yesterday and day before, by the FSL team. Due to the unstable and sensitive nature of the recovery, the sampling process, the handling was being done with extreme caution, with utmost caution by the FSL team. However, unfortunately, during this course, last night around 11:20 p.m., an accidental explosion has taken place. Any other speculation into the cause of this incident is unnecessary. In this unfortunate incident, 9 people have lost their lives, 1 personnel of SIA, 3 personnel of the FSL team, 2 crime photographers, 2 revenue officials who were basically part of the magistrates team, 1 tailor who was associated with the team. In addition, 27 police personnel, 2 revenue officials, and 3 civilians from the adjacent areas have received injuries. The injured were immediately evacuated to the nearest hospital, where they are being treated as we speak. The building of the police station has been very severely damaged, and even the adjacent buildings have suffered. They have also been affected. The extent of this damage is being ascertained. The cause for this unfortunate incident is being inquired into. J&K Police stands in solidarity with the families of the deceased in this hour of grief. Thank you very much. During the investigation in FIR number.
On the second day of the first test at Eden Gardens, South Africa fought back strongly to bowl out India for 189 in their first innings. Marco Jansen took 3 wickets for 35 runs and Simon Hamker claimed 4 for 30, restricting India's lead to just 30 runs. KL Rahul was India's top scorer with 39, while Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja added 27 each. India's captain Shubham Gill had to retire hurt with a neck spasm and did not return. Delhi police has detained 3 people, including 2 doctors from Haryana's Al Fala University, linked to Dr. Umar Nabi, the driver of the car that exploded near the Red Fort. The arrest was made during raids in Haryana's Duj, Nu and nearby areas. The 2 doctors, Mohammed and Mustaqim, were in contact with Dr. Muzalim Ghani, part of terror module, and were friends of Dr. Umar Nabi. One of them was in Delhi on the day of the blast for a job interview. Investigators are ongoing to check their role in the wider conspiracy. Another man, Dinesh Alias, was detained for selling fertilizers illegally, which may have been used to mark IEDs. Police are also looking into passport-related documents for Dr. Shaheen Shahid, another doctor linked to the case. Haryana police arrested 3 men: Sanjay, 41 years, Virendra, 29 years, and Rohit, 24 years, in Rohtak in a double murder case. A man and his son were shot dead in Balian village over an old rivalry. The suspects were caught while planning another attack. During the police encounter, Sanjay fired at officers and was shot, while the others 2 were injured after falling from their scooter. Police recovered the pistol, 3 live rounds, and the scooter used in the crime.
आप जानते हैं कि 7 नवंबर को गांव बलियाना में एक डबल मर्डर की घटना घटी थी। एक पिता और पुत्र की 5 व्यक्तियों द्वारा जो है निर्मम हत्या की गई थी, जिसमें 2 व्यक्ति तो 7 नवंबर को ही सोनीपत में एक मुठभेड़ के बाद अरेस्ट हो गए थे, लेकिन इसमें 3 व्यक्तियों की गिरफ्तारी बकाया थी, जिसके अंदर जो मुख्य आरोपी था संजय, जिसने ये सारी साजिश रची। पुरानी रंजिश के चलते 2 लड़के पहले अरेस्ट हुए हैं सोनीपत में। उनसे पूछताछ में ये बात भी आई थी कि इनका प्लान एक और मर्डर करने का था गांव बलियाना में। तो इसलिए मामले की गंभीरता को देखते हुए इसमें काफी टीम्स जो है जिला पुलिस रोहतक की काम कर रही थी। तो ऐसे ही इनपुट मिली आज अर्ली मॉर्निंग IMT के एरिया में कि ये देखे गए हैं 3 लड़के। तो तुरंत जो CIA 1 की टीम वहां पर पहुंची सुबह करीब 5 बजे के आसपास। तो जैसे ही उन्होंने पुलिस की टीम को देखा तो भागना शुरू किया वहां से। पुलिस द्वारा उनको वार्निंग दी गई, लेकिन उन्होंने जो है वापस पलटकर पुलिस पर फायर किया तो अपने सेल्फ डिफेंस में, और उनको डिटेन करने के मकसद से उनके ऊपर भी पुलिस द्वारा अपनी सेफ्टी के मद्देनजर फायर किया गया, जिसमें एक जो संजय मुख्य आरोपी है उसको एक बुलेट इंजरी हुई है। बाकी 2 भी छोटी मोटी चोटें हैं भागते हुए जो लगी हैं। उनको तीनों को इमीडिएटली हॉस्पिटल ट्रीटमेंट के लिए शिफ्ट किया गया। अभी जैसे उनकी ट्रीटमेंट खत्म होगी तो उनको और डिटेल में पूछताछ की जाएगी। इनसे जो है जो वेपन यूज हुआ था मर्डर में, जो पिस्टल थी वो भी रिकवर हुआ है। इसके अलावा एक और इलीगल वेपन इनसे रिकवर, तो 2 वेपन और कुछ
Medical experts have raised concern about the danger pregnant women face due to high air pollution in the Delhi NCR region. Poor air quality not only affects the elderly and children but can also harm the health of unborn babies. Doctor advised residents to wear masks and avoid going outdoors unless necessary. In response, the government has implemented Stage 3 of the Graded Response Action Plan, including stopping non-essential construction, closing stone crushes and mining operations, restricting older vehicles and shifting classes up to Class 5 to hybrid learning. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar led the NDA to a decisive win, providing critics wrong about his age and leadership. Born in 1951 in Patna district, he began politics during college and was influenced by a socialist leader like Jayaprakash Narayan and Karpuri Thakur. Nitish became an MLA in 1985 and an MP in 1989 and held several union ministers' posts, including agriculture and railways. He became full-term Bihar CM in 2005 and is known for administrative reforms, improving law and order, and initiatives like supporting girl students' education. He was a skillfully managed alliance with BJP, RJD, and JDU, implementing popular measures like the liquid ban. Leading the NDA, Nitish Kumar has now secured another decisive win and will continue as Bihar's chief minister.
लालू यादव, नीतीश कुमार सभी जेपी आंदोलन के प्रोडक्ट हैं। जेपी आंदोलन एक बिल्कुल अलग आंदोलन था और जेपी आंदोलन में बहुत सारे लोग निकले, उसमें ये लोग काफी यंग थे और निकले। अभी नहीं, उस समय तो नीतीश का वोट सपोर्ट बेस था भी नहीं। नीतीश तो एक लालू के काउंटर में खड़ा किए गए थे, लेकिन आज वो स्थिति नहीं है।
व्यवस्था ध्वस्त था, तो उस ध्वस्त को पटरी पर लाने का काम ठीक से, कि थाने में एफआईआर दर्ज हो, अपराधियों में भय पैदा हो, अपराधी गिरफ्तार हो, लोग रात के समय भी बच्चे बच्चियां निकल सकें, व्यापारी अपना दुकान खोलें, सब करें, ये सब स्थिति उन्होंने लाई है। हालांकि चुनाव के पहले के कुछ महीनों में इधर अपराध बढ़ा है, लेकिन ये नहीं कहा जा सकता कि ऐसा संगठित अपराध बढ़ा है जिसको सत्ता का संरक्षण हो। नीतीश जी ने सत्ता में आने के बाद जो महिलाओं के उत्थान के लिए काम किया है वो ऐतिहासिक है। बच्चियां स्कूल जाएं, पढ़ें, आगे बढ़ें, इसके लिए उन्होंने लड़कियों के लिए वस्त्र, उनके स्कूल जाने के लिए साइकिल, उनकी पुस्तकें, उनको स्कॉलरशिप की घोषणा की। जो 10वीं पास करेगी इतने नंबर से उसको इतना पैसा देंगे, प्रोत्साहन दिया। जो 12वीं पास करेंगी उनको इतना देंगे, जो बीए पास करेंगी इतना देंगे, जो कंपटीशन में क्वालिफाई कर जाएगी उसको इतना। तो इसके कारण लड़कियों में पढ़ने।
Pakistan has criticized India for misrepresenting US President Donald Trump's remark in nuclear tests. Pakistan's foreign officials said the country's last nuclear tests were in May 1998 and that it was always supported a global ban on nuclear testing. The spokesperson added that India's claim of clandestine nuclear activities are false and malicious and said the US has already clarified its position on the president's statement.
We took a very strong exception to the remarks made by the spokesperson of the Indian Ministry of Foreign Affairs attempting to link President Trump's comment on nuclear testing with allegations about Pakistan's past nuclear record. India is clearly distorting facts and misrepresenting the remarks of the US president. The US side has clarified its position to the media regarding the statement by the president. For record, Pakistan's last nuclear tests were conducted in May 1998. Our position on nuclear testing has been clear and well established. Pakistan has been supporting United Nations General Assembly's resolution calling for a comprehensive ban on nuclear testing. In contrast, India's abstention on these resolutions reflects its ambiguous and questionable interest in further nuclear intentions in further.
US has accused Chinese tech company Alibaba of secretly helping China's military target US operation. According to a disclassified White House memo, Alibaba allegedly provided the People's Liberation Army with sensitive customer data, AI tools, and knowledge of software vulnerabilities. which could threaten the US. A US official said the government is working to contain cyber threat from untrusted vendors and denied the claims, calling them false and questioning the motive behind the leak, suggesting it aims to undermine recent US-China trade deals. US President Donald Trump signed an executive order removing tariff on several food including beef, coffee, and tropical fruits. The move aims to address consumer concern over high prices. This decision comes after a recent election where economic issues were a major concern for voters, contributing to Democratic wins in Virginia and New Jersey. On November 14, King Charles III celebrated the 77th birthday with gun salute and a new photo at Sandringham. He spent the day in Wales with Queen Camilla. The King's Award for Voluntary Services 2025 honored 231 volunteer groups across the UK, including Indian heritage charities like York Foundation, Santi House, and Nishkam Healthcare Trust for their work in mental health, youth services, and community projects. COVS is the UK's top award for volunteers, and most winners, 78%, are from outside London. While the King's official birthday is celebrated in June, November 14 marks his actual birthday with gun salute and Westminster's Abbey bells. That is all for the Nltv English Primetime. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.